The other four in the team are not in the interpretation business. They do not know the industry. I do, and you know that. However, I need to tell you that it is not only the sourcing of interpreters, but rather the screening of interpreters, the evaluation of their quality, the sufficiency of their speed, especially at simultaneous events, that is absolute critical to the success of the company and the success of the technology. To do all of these other items requires the ability to know how to evaluate the credentials. It is not sufficient to look at or accept an experience list or jobs performed in the past. Much depends on how the remote interpreting was performed. Was it simultaneous? Indeed, since there is likely to be some perhaps minor technological delay, the further delay required by the interpreter using his or her mind to understand what is said and to convert the language, and then listening to the next sentences and repeating the process is in real time, is a skill only a few can do. Like all professions, some people are better than others. I have the skills needed to separate the cream from the rest. And it takes more than a few minutes to explain. And it takes decades to know how to do it. Importantly, the contacts I've built up over the past 16 years in the business allow me to do the required background and skill testing checks essential before allowing any interpreter on the scene. This is especially important where the rollout of the company is at stake. And I know that the way forward is to start selling a product for smaller corporate events to showcase the company, get the technology perfected, and find new markets like public service, interpreting from exotic languages for governments or the police in Zurich, and remote interpreting in war zones. I've also brought financial investors to the table like Daniel Schindelman. Daniel could still be an asset. He identified the asset of the company. He identified that interpreting for conferences is an ideal platform to showcase the company. He identified how to proceed with getting the technology perfected. Daniel can still be brought to the table again, but only if I do so. And from my discussions with Daniel, I know there's a lot more to his ideas.